Back in the 90's, the streets stood on principles, morals, and respect. Like back in the 90's, what we had going on was the guys, even though it was illegal, guys hustled in the streets. The guys didn't feel like they had to kill or kick down a door and go behind a bro's back and take his work or steal his money, you know what I'm saying, or break into his car. We didn't rob stores in our neighborhoods. We didn't break in buildings in our neighborhoods. We didn't vandalize our neighborhoods. If we rob, even my own homeboys, associates, a lot of them guys, when they did dirt, they did it outside the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And also, guys didn't go behind their homeboys' back and do devious, manipulative shit. So, like in the 90's, it was a different ball game. But these guys of today, these guys of the streets today, all they do is go behind each other's backs, smash each other's women, smash each other's baby mamas, don't work. They believe in shooting and killing before they go hustle and make some money. Like I don't understand, like, why guys believe rather take a life than to go make some money. Like, that's so backwards, man. That's so illiterate, mental retarded, dumb thinking. You know what I'm saying? But I had to make this video because I was on the phone with one of my partners, and we had a little conversation about this. You know, he was telling me about what's going on back at home in my hood, and our hood, you know, even though I don't live there no more, but yeah, we had a little long conversation, and that came up, and I said, I'm gonna do a video on this, man. I'm gonna talk about it because it needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about. It's an ongoing thing. It's going on in every city, all across the country, in every state, every city, every county, you name it, every neighborhood, every ghetto. Guys are like so illiterate. Me personally, I don't want to. I wouldn't want to shoot a gun and unalive somebody, and then face time going to prison, go to the county jail, do about 2 years before I go to court, then get sentenced, then go up the road to prison and do like 15, 20, 25 years of my life, being broke, busted, and disgusted, when I can be out here working, making some money. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm doing dirt or doing illegal activity, I prefer to go that route before I take some of my life and be broke, or just be all out broke. Like, that don't make sense to me. That's dumb. That's illiterate. That's the most illiterate crap I ever seen in my entire life, man. And but anyway, in the 90's, like, a lot of the guys that I was around, a lot of my guys, you know, even though they hustled, they even had jobs on the side. They might work during the week, and then, you know, late in the evening, they might hit the block, you know, get off a little something, get off a little work, and make their little bread and head to the crib and crash out for the day or the night. And even on the weekends, guys did their hustling. You know, like in the 90's, we lived by code. It wasn't no snitching. It wasn't no you go talk to strangers and tell them what's going on in our neighborhood. You didn't get on a podcast, or on you know, you didn't get on the podcast and talk about your city, or talk about what's going on in your neighborhood, or talk about what gang you belong to, or talk about gang rules. Like, we didn't tolerate that in the 90's. In the 90's, if you went back and you was discussing and talking about gang politics and street politics on a podcast, on TV, in an interview, you was gonna get unalived or get stomped down to the white meat, get your head busted. Like, that's the game we played. Like, we didn't tolerate that crap. But it's like nowadays, guys get on the internet, tell everything about their neighborhood, about their gang, about how much drugs they done sold, how many people they done killed. In the 90's, we were silent. We didn't go back and tell nobody who we killed or who we shot at. We didn't do that. We didn't tolerate that. And if you did, that was your head, straight up. So, I mean, but these guys nowadays, like, they don't have no rules. They don't have no laws. They don't live by law. You know what I'm saying? And they got these young guys, like, they need to hit the pause button for a minute and go holler at the triple OGs, the double OGs, and listen. Just sit back and listen. But the issue is, these younger guys don't want to listen. You know, they think they're too superior. They think they're too big and bad, and they think they're too big and better than everybody. They think they can't be beat. They think they can't never lose. But you can. Anybody can lose. Anybody can be beat. There's no King Kong or God of the Green Giant out here. There's no such thing as that. Anybody can be beat. You know what I'm saying? Nobody out here is Mike Tyson, man. Mike Tyson, the only man that I ever knew in man history to never lose a fight in the ring or in the street. Cause listen, he one of the very few. You're not Mike Tyson, so sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And you're not Al Capone. You have too many guys out here want to be Al Capone. You know what I'm saying? Al Capone was one of a kind. Even though he was Italian, he was one of a kind. He was a special breed, of a rare breed. So you can't be Al Capone. You can't be Mr. I'm gonna get everybody. That's impossible. Somebody can get you first. Realize that. So, but in the 90s, man, I'm gonna tell everybody something though. Like, you could even speak a certain way, even if you was in a circle, on the block, and we was, you know, like, we clicked up, and we just having a little session, and we talking, we having a discussion. It's certain things you couldn't even say, even though we was around each other. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't. And then number two, you can't disrespect your neighbors. We didn't tolerate that neither. We didn't tolerate you know what I'm saying, extortion and things of that nature. We everybody got their own money, man. Everybody got their hustle and got their own money. It didn't matter where it was, because nobody didn't step on nobody's toes. You understand me? For real. And nobody wasn't trying to disrespect no women's or nobody's old lady, nobody kids. It was all about the kids in the 90s. Like, the guys that ran the streets in the 90s around my age group, we care about the community. We care about the kids. We focus on our hood. You know what I'm saying? We did things for our hood. You know what I'm saying? We had guys that that protected the neighborhood. That stayed outside and stayed posted up and watched everything that came in and came out. You understand me? So, like, that's how we did it in the 90s. But it's like, these guys in this day and age, they don't even protect their own neighborhood. Anybody can come into anybody's neighborhood and just shoot. That shouldn't be tolerated either. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can come into anybody's neighborhood and rob or kick down and burglarize somebody's house. Like, that's crazy. Or, you know, anybody can do anything to a woman or kidnap kids and all that crazy stuff. Like, people just let anything ride now. And, you know, that's the issue with that. That's a big issue, man. That issue needs to be stressed. That it needs to be addressed. Like, that right there needs to stop. And these young guys need to stop fighting each other. Stop being angry with each other. Stop hating on each other. Stop belittling each other. You know what I'm saying? The problem is, these guys of today, they hate to see another man make more money than them. You know, it shouldn't matter how much money the next man is making, even though he may be making more money than you. And as long as you making money, that's the only thing that should matter. As long as you are able to feed your family, feed your kids, if you have a kid out there or a baby mama you still looking out for, as long as you still getting money and you are able to look out for them and help them, that's the only thing that should matter. That's the only thing that should matter. You know, and you know, the problem is, everybody think about the next person, and everybody is in everybody's business. And then the celebrities of today, they doing practically the same thing as the guys in the street. You know what I'm saying? They belittling each other. They going behind each other back. They trying to set each other up and all this stuff. And, you know, unalive. They're trying to unalive each other. They get mad at each other because of what somebody else said or what the next celebrity said about them. Like, it should not hurt you what another person say out of their own mouthpiece. Like, words is nothing. But if a person put their hands on you, then that's different. You have the right to defend yourself or do what you gotta do. But if a person not putting their hands on you, there's no reason to try to unalive somebody or set somebody up because you feel some type of way. And my whole thing is, this generation is the most, well, this generation are the most emotional people ever in history, man. You're not focused on yourself in the community. You just focus on trying to unalive the next person or try to deceive and set up the next person. Like, that's fake, man. But anyway, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'm out. Peace.